From Galveston to South Padre Island, one thing is certain: Texans love their beaches. The Houston Museum of Natural Science now spotlights the Texas coast with their Hammond Hall of Coastal Ecology exhibit. Dr. Wes Tunnell says it offers visitors a new perspective of the Texas coast.
This hall is to kind of show the visitors the beauty and the treasure that the Texas coast is. I would say it may be a little bit more academic than some of the other things here, but we designed it where somebody could come through and just look at the wonderful pictures that are here and the bold writing and learn about some of the things. Those that want to go a little bit further, there are bulleted remarks, and so people can learn a little bit more. And those who are really curious can stand there and read and really learn a lot about the Texas coast, its significance and importance to sustaining the coast. It's interesting that some people have said that Texas is not a coastal state, it is a state with a coast. And it's probably because it's so big. And so we travel the whole coast, and you get a picture from a scientist standpoint that it's a great laboratory. The upper coast is different than the lower coast, and so we've divided up the exhibit in that sense. So the upper coast, our focus is upon the two major habitats up here, and those are the oyster reefs and the seagrass beds. In the middle coast, so we look primarily at the sandy beaches and the jetties that are along the Texas coast. And then on the lower coast area, we look at the seagrass beds that dominate within the Laguna Madre. Probably 80% of the bottom down there is covered with seagrasses because it's so shallow, and then wind tidal flats all along the shoreline. So those are kind of the themes of the three areas. But within each one of those, we pick a separate diorama. Like on the upper coast, we pick the oyster reef because it's so common there and people love oysters, or they hate them, one way or the other. And then within each of the sections, you see the nice photographic areas that display the habitat, the wildlife, the recreation, the impacts that man is having on the coast, and then the restoration things that are being done to restore some parts of the coast that have been damaged in the past. If we have a healthy estuary where, say, the salt marshes are that are a nursery ground for the fisheries, and we take care of those salt marshes for that nursery ground, then we have larger fisheries, whether we're talking commercial fisheries like shrimp or recreational fisheries like trout and redfish that people like to go after. And the marshes also serve to filter the water and to stabilize the shoreline. So it's just this general idea that a healthy ecology leads to a healthy economy.
The Texas Gulf Coast faces many challenges, but Dr. Tunnell emphasizes that anyone can make a positive impact.
It's really getting to be a larger and larger issue. It used to just be an aesthetic thing. You didn't like to see the trash around. But now marine life is dying because of mainly the plastics that are in the sea. Sea turtles will actually bite plastic bags because they feed on jellyfish and they think it's a jellyfish, and it clogs up their digestive system. Seabirds will feed on little small pieces of plastic, thinking maybe that there's some kind of marine life that it's easy for people to take care of. If you take something to the beach, take it home with you and put it up in the right way. If it's trash, in trash, but more preferably recycle it. But the theme is to teach people about the Texas coast, the habitats and the species that live here, and give them kind of an ownership so that they'll have a stewardship towards it and therefore want to protect and conserve it for future generations.
For more information about the Hammond Hall of Coastal Ecology, visit the Houston Museum of Natural Science's website at hmns.org. For Day Trips, I'm Gina Monteleone.